and is no longer of use to her, Doria is going to ghost Meghan Markle and take off with whatever money she's been given. What is the real relationship between Doria and Meghan Markle? What is the real relationship? What is behind that dynamic? Interaction. It's actually very interesting to see. Is Meghan like her mother? Was Doria really a good mother to Meghan? And is Meghan the result of Doria's lack of mothering, because Doria was not around very much? I mean, how or where would Meghan get these values if she wasn't around somebody like Doria? Is it because Doria wasn't around that she got these values, or is it something that she inherited from Doria? Because certain things can be inherited. Stick around. We're gonna find out right now. Stick around. Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for coming, watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I haven't unsubscribed you. My name is Paula. And the reason why I'm saying it, because a lot of people are saying that that's not my name. It's actually the name in my channel, Paula. So yes, thanks for coming. I mean, you can't be faulted for thinking that Doria is somehow related to Gasper the Friendly Ghost. You know, because that woman knows how to disappear. But really, I mean, think about it. Doria can teach a masterclass in ghosting way before ghosting became popular. Just think about it. So it's like I wonder if she should be called Doria Gasper or Gasper Doria, because that's pretty much a real woman who knows how to ghost. So we'll see. The reason why I'm saying this is because, I was doing my TikTok. Apologize for the dogs, but I can't control the dogs when they bark. They're animals. They bark. That's what they do. So I hope you can get past that, because I hear so many people saying that about it. So getting back to Doria and her ghosting ways. Anyways, this is a woman who knows how to do it. She is the original ghoster. So I go back about me posting a thing on TikTok about Samantha, because I posted parts of the video of my interview with Samantha, right? So people were leaving in the comments something like, oh, well, she abandoned her children. And yeah. So it really got to me, and I started thinking, wait a minute. Samantha never abandoned her children. She felt that it was in her child, especially Ashley, if she ever watches this video, it was in her best interest to have her be raised by her grandparents because of Samantha's disability, severe disability, the fact that she was working full time, the fact that she was also studying, and very much because the father of her daughter went AWOL and was not supporting her. This is a very terrible thing that we do. We just blame the woman. Where was the man? Why wasn't the father around? Unlike with Doria, Mr. Markle was around. Meghan Markle was lucky that her father was around, not like Samantha. So I started thinking about this, because everybody is calling out Samantha for the fact that she felt that her daughter would be better off being raised by two people who were able and who would be able to give her stability, and she wouldn't have to be worried about her daughter being at the hands of a nanny that we know that they can do horrible things. And she knew where her daughter was. She knew she was well taken care of. And she was getting on with things and helping out and, seeing her daughter whenever she could. And I mean, to the point that when Meghan Markle got married to Trevor Engelson, Meghan Markle and Ashley, because Ashley was there, Ashley was invited to that wedding. Meghan Markle told Ashley how courageous of Sam it was to have her grandparents raise her, and how much Sam must have loved her in order to sacrifice that herself for that, for her well-being. But now it's been turned around by people. But nobody's asked the question, where was the father of Ashley's father? He wasn't around. He wasn't providing any child support. In spite of, so, some men are so responsible, they think that the children are going to survive themselves somehow. No, it's up to the mothers. And Samantha knew that she couldn't do it by herself. So she placed her daughter in a situation that was much better for her. And clearly it was, because now she's a lawyer, an immigration lawyer. So it's going to be interesting to see if she's the one who processed that visa for Harry. Anyways, so I started thinking about Doria and Meghan Markle. Because from all accounts, we know that Doria is lying when she says she raised Meghan Markle from the age of 2 in a black neighborhood surrounded by black strong women. We know that's not true. We know that she shared custody with Mr. Markle. She got paid alimony, child support. So she wasn't having any hardships because Mr. Markle, in spite of the fact that they were divorced, was supporting her and his daughter. We know that. But now I know that Doria, like Meghan Markle, are lying about how history was, the real history of Meghan Markle upbringing. Now Doria wants to be the hero of that story when we know it's not. So is that where Meghan Markle gets her? That's a very bad trait. So it seems that it runs in the family, in the Ragland family. This is why I said Meghan is Meghan Ragland, not Meghan Markle. From what I see, the Markles gave her a good upbringing and values. The fact that her father spoiled her, is not a bad value. It's just, her father spoiled her and did the best for her. But where was Doria with all of this? Let's talk about the ghosting. Yeah, let's talk about that. Because we know for a fact, or at least what's out in the news, that Meghan went to live with Mr. Markle when she was around 6 or 7 years old. That's when she went to live full-time. Doria had shared custody for a little bit, and then it was weekends and then the odd weekend. So we know that Doria couldn't even hack having Meghan Markle 50% of the time. Is it because Meghan Markle was a terrible, terrible kid to be around with? Because I can tell you, Samantha has told me some stories, and they're not very nice. It seems that Meghan Markle was a little skank from a very young age. And this is why I said, is this something that, is like a psychopath? There's nothing you can do about it. So Doria couldn't stand being around her only daughter. She couldn't stand being around her only daughter. She ghosted Meghan Markle. She ghosted her. Because and what's the reason? Unless Doria was a spy, which I don't think she was, but although she might have been, because she's a little bit shady, very shady actually. Unless Doria was a spy, that her kind of job would place her daughter in danger, or unless Doria had some form of disability, it makes no sense not having her own daughter around, or not continuing the arrangement of the 50% shared custody, instead of giving her up completely to Mr. Markle. Not caring how, and now they're trying to portray Mr. Markle as this terrible man. If, in spite of the fact that Meghan Markle could not give her father more praises before. So where was Doria? I know I've asked this question before, but why was Doria like that? Is this why Meghan knows how to ghost people? Because her maternal figure ghosted her? I'm not making an excuse for that skank, by the way. But you gotta ask, is that where Meghan Markle learned how to ghost? Because, yeah, I believe that mother is usually the main and more important figure in a child's life. That's my opinion, of course. I know that there's some kick-ass fathers, who the mothers have gone AWOL, like Doria. And I do believe that Mr. Markle is and was a kick-ass father for Meghan Markle and was there for her when Doria wasn't. But Doria, I gotta tell you, this woman, I don't know if it's because the fact that she is biracial, but is black skinned and has some black features, that the press nor anybody want to ask the uncomfortable questions. Why weren't you around your daughter's life? Why are people buying the BS that she raised Meghan Markle on her own, in spite of the fact that we can see by all the receipts out there that that's not the case? The press, the behavior panel, nobody wants to touch this woman. She's untouchable, just like Hunter Biden or Joe Biden. There are so many shady things around them that are provable, and yet nobody wants to actually go ahead and dissect. The closest one who came to it was Tom Bauer, who stated that she was a drug dealer when Mr. Markle met her. So, but other than that, even Tom Bauer stops. And this is something that's very much reflected on what's happening to Meghan Markle now. Nobody wants to really call her out. Even the New York mayor, with all the blatant lies, because that there was never a chase. The paps were following them because they were told to follow them because they were going to eat at a restaurant and they were going to get more pictures. But even the mayor, everybody in the press, even the judge in the United Kingdom, didn't want to call her a perjurer, a liar, defamer, slanderer. Instead, all of her things get covered up, just like Doria. So why aren't people calling out Doria for ghosting her own daughter and only showing up when everything was done? When she was finished from high school, she showed up at the graduation because the kid was already grown up. But then, there's only very vague references in the TIG of Doria from Meghan Markle, where she goes in great detail about Mr. Markle and what he did for her and everything. The most things that Meghan said about Doria in the TIG is that her mother was free-spirited and blah, blah, blah. That's the equivalent of she's not around. She's not sticking around, honey. So that's it. That's it. But there's none of those things there. There's none of those things. And Doria knew how to target also her prey. Doria is a very serious predator, and she's more dangerous than Meghan. Because unlike Meghan, Doria doesn't crave the attention. She just wants to make sure that what she wants, she gets. So why is Meghan actually like her mother? In spite of the fact that he was raised by the Markles. This is something that we all have to ask, because Meghan ghosts people. Meghan clearly has no attachments to other people like Doria, because Doria has ghosted her entire black side of the family. Doria has ghosted her entire side of the family, and she ended up keeping the house, her father's house, when it belonged to everybody, through some sort of shady stuff. She doesn't go to her brother's funeral or anything. I'm sure they call her. So Doria, to me, is more dangerous than Meghan. Because Meghan's downfall is her stupidity and the fact that all her life she has been the center of attention. I think there's a video of Meghan Markle where she went to when she was young, and she went to a girl's birthday party, and she took and the birthday girl was wearing a little tiara or something that they do for birthday girls. Meghan came, grabbed her, and put it on her because she said she's the one who should be wearing it. So she took it from the birthday girl and wore it herself, and nobody did anything. It actually goes to show this has been going on for a while. So did Doria see that her daughter was just like her and didn't want to be around that mess? Because then she gives it up completely from the age of 6, shows up at the graduation to the point that the teachers didn't even know that Meghan Markle's mother was black. They all thought she was Italian or Latina or whatever. And it's a big surprise when they see Doria show up. And then, of course, Doria kind of comes in, and then we see that picture of Meghan Markle that looks like she's pregnant for real with that young man. We know that Meghan is emulating her mother, doing all this yoga thing. Doria is taking from what Meghan said. We know it's lies, but just in case, let's pretend it's true what Meghan said. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's pretend that what Meghan said is true, and that her mother took her to Korean spas at a very young age, and they were parading around naked, which I don't think happened, but let's pretend it did. That's highly inappropriate. And by the way, those Korean spas wouldn't allow children that young to be paraded naked in the spa. But it goes to show how inappropriate, how no boundaries Doria is. But why isn't the press calling her out? Why is everybody so afraid of Doria? And it's incredible that in spite of not being around Meghan Markle, Meghan inherited her worst traits, character traits. Ghosting, complete disattachment from everybody, lying, grifting. So I ask you guys, is this hereditary? And why do you think nobody's calling Doria out? It's something that's driving me crazy that nobody, not that driving me crazy, but I'm really curious about it. I think I am the one who speaks the most about Doria in this channel because I look at other YouTubers and it's all here and there and it's mostly Meghan Markle. But I do believe that the central figure behind this, I mean, Doria went on Netflix and nobody's paying attention to that Netflix thing where she's saying, I told her it was going to be about race. I told her, wait and see, it's going to be about race. Doria has been orchestrating this entire mess for her own benefit. And let me tell you something. Meghan Markle, when Doria sees that her daughter is completely falling down and is no longer of use to her, Doria is going to ghost Meghan Markle and take off with whatever money she's been given, which is, we know she has around 9 million. Because Doria clearly has no motherly instinct. Clearly, Doria is not a devoted mother. Doria is devoted to Doria. And Meghan Markle is going to learn the biggest lesson of her life from the woman she calls mother right now. Because when the chips are down, Doria takes off. That is her MO. When the chips are down, bye-bye Doria. What do you guys think? And the problem is that Meghan won't be able to blame anybody. She won't be able to attack Doria because Doria is truly black. But beautiful people, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. And again, thanks for watching my channel. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for all the subscriptions, the PayPal donations, and the super chats. But mostly, thanks for watching the channel. Thank you very much, and you have a wonderful day.